Hey everybody, welcome back to Athlete's Corner with my special guest Brandon Johnson. He was a former pitcher for the Ole Miss Rebels and is now in the Double A organization. Am I right on that? Double A? All right,
Yes, yeah, you are
the
right.
Double A organization for the Kansas City Royals. So I got him here with me today. We're going to answer 10 questions and obviously we got the trivia at the end. So Brandon, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me, Jake. It's
Yeah,
gonna be a great time.
yes sir. So this first question I got is, what made you fall in love with baseball?
Man, it's such a loaded question. Uh, because now, especially now that it's my job, it's our life, right?
Yeah.
Everything that we do in our sport, it's our jobs, how we pay the bills. I fell in love with it when I was a little kid. Uh, just think the best part about it is the community of baseball.
Hmm.
You always hear that it's America's pastime.
Yeah.
I think it brings so many people, so many different groups of people, the ethnicities, the global aspect of the game. It's just really cool to me. I think it brings a lot of different cultures together that not a lot of things can do. And I think that's what the game of baseball is able to do. I think that's what I love most about it.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the pros right now, that's full of diversity, and that's what I love about it right now. It's
Exactly. We always joke, like I go home and stuff. I'm like, they say the most diverse work field is a minor league locker room. And I would 100% agree with it.
yeah,
I mean, I've learned tidbits from rather it's people within America and then especially the cultures outside of America. It's just glowing of other people that are there.
yeah. Well, this next question I got, speaking of minor league baseball, is what is a day of spring training like for you?
It depends a little bit. They kind of backed off on us now that we've really gotten going. For me, we're showing up to the field around 7:30 in the morning.
Hmm.
Usually have a meeting of some kind about 8:15. Rather, it's going over the day, the schedule of the day, what we did yesterday, game film. But after the meeting, I usually have a team stretch around 10. So I'll begin my own stretching process around 9 a.m. Just getting in the training room, rolling out, doing the stuff that we usually do every day. Then we get to our stretch around 10 as a team. We'll throw, and then depending on the day, rather it's team fundamentals. That can be first and third offense, defense. That can be picks. That can be rundowns, PFPs. That would be on the schedule given to us at that first meeting. And then once we uh, have that, I go back in whatever condition or workout that I have that day. If I'm not in game, then the games begin around 1. If you throw, you're in it. If not, you just got to stick around and watch a few innings.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. So going back to your collegiate career, how did you end up at Ole Miss from your time at Columbia State?
Yeah, so it was actually it's pretty interesting. So my second year of junior college, my coach usually sat down certain guys and he sat me down. It was just a one-on-one meeting, and he asked me, he's like, How high do you want to go? Where do you want to end up?" And I've said, "Well, comparing myself to other guys in this league, I think I'm a Power Five guy. I want to play SEC baseball. I grew up an SEC fan from Tuscaloosa.
Hmm.
I saw what it meant to the players, what it meant to the university, and I wanted to be a part of that. And I thought I was good enough to do it. And he told me, "You're absolutely a Power Five guy. Stick with it, and eventually it's going to happen for you." And then we got to the spring. I got a few phone calls, including Ole Miss, some other SEC schools. I'm like, oh my goodness, I have a chance. This might be it. But then COVID happened,
Hmm.
and then it's kind of it was weird. It shut down
Yeah,
everything. The world
yeah,
stopped. Everybody knows COVID. So I actually didn't get to go on any kind of visits. I didn't get to go to Ole Miss. Another school I was looking at, I didn't get to go to like Kentucky. I didn't get to go to Auburn. I didn't get to visit nowhere. So it was solely based. My decision was solely based off the relationships that I had, and Coach Carl Lafferty and then Coach Bianco. I mean, they just raving night and day. My relationship with him was better than the coaching staff, and I trusted them. And with COVID, with so many uncertainties, they kept reminding me that they wanted me. They wanted me to be part of the program and a part of what they were building, and that's what sold me on Ole Miss and Oxford. And then it was cool because my first day was pretty much first day of classes that summer was me in Oxford, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is
Yeah,
gorgeous. Like I've never experienced, I've never been to Ole Miss a day in my life, so it was a really cool experience.
especially the Grove and just all the scenery in there. It's beautiful.
Oh, it was gorgeous. Like me growing up in Tuscaloosa, I mean, I have Alabama, and I've been to some other universities just in my time, like playing baseball, traveling around. But boy, you get to Oxford, it's just different, man. I mean, the Grove, the Square, it's people joking. They say it's a Hallmark movie. It truly is. Like that's what's so special about Ole Miss. It's the university. That's what makes Oxford Oxford.
Yeah. All right, this next question I got for you is kind of going back to high school. We got you were a captain in three sports in high school: baseball, basketball, and football. What made you stick with baseball over basketball and football?
So my favorite sport in high school was football.
Hmm.
It was hands down football. I loved it. I played both ways. Uh, I loved the Friday night lights from the South. You know, football's
Yeah,
everything. So
yeah,
I absolutely lived for the atmosphere. And then my second favorite sport was basketball. I love the tempo of the game, up and down the court, always fast paced, always something going on. And then baseball, as much as I love it, was my third favorite in terms of high school
yeah.
time. And people are like, well, why didn't you go? Well, I was at the time I was a 5'10" white guy who weighed 155 pounds. There was only one sport I was going to play in
Yeah,
college, and it was baseball. The Lord blessed me with a good arm, and he had my path already written out for me before I was
yeah.
even made it to college.
I got you. So this one we're gonna kind of take off the sports a little bit. I got a little personality question for you. What's a fun fact about you that most people don't know about you?
I am an absolute pool shark.
Really?
Now, yes, I love it. Me and a couple buddies, we play 4 or 5 times a week
Hmm.
in pro ball. We find like a little Irish pub. We find an actual pool hall. Just anywhere that has a pool table, and we're there. And we're playing an hour, 2 hour, 3 hours at a time. I was awful, 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 but now I consider myself, you know, started getting territory where I can compete a little bit.
Yeah. Are you over there hustling your teammates down there in Arizona?
You know, unfortunately, I'm not that good because they are better than me. I can admit that. But I do give them some runs to the money. Every now and then I'll have a good night and I
Yeah,
can compete with them.
that's good.
If and you know if we're not playing pool, it's karaoke. Oh boy, we
Really?
love our karaoke nights. It's oh
What's
yeah,
your
karaoke
what's your
is the
go-to
freaking
song on karaoke?
uh My Girl by the
Really?
Temptations. Oh, it gets it's a crowd favorite. It's an absolute crowd favorite. It gets the people going. Uh, I'm a believer that you don't have to be a good singer to be a good karaoke performer,
Yeah,
and I think that's what I am. I think I'm a karaoke performer, and I think that's why I get the crowd going.
that's pretty funny. That's awesome. Okay, so going back to baseball, in college and pros and high school, did you have a pregame ritual before you took the mound?
Not necessarily. Everybody has a routine. I think sometimes rituals and routines they fall into one another. A big one that I've gotten into now is I read a chapter of my Bible every before every game, about an hour, hour before the
Yeah,
game. Uh, it kind of just like sets the mood of why I'm doing it and where I am. And it also kind of gives you a little piece of heart before the anxiety kind of kicks
yeah.
in because the once the game starts, the adrenaline's through the roof. But besides that, I don't have nothing crazy. I make sure I get my stretching in, my normal stretching that I do every day. I have my pregame meal and then read my Bible. That's about my pregame ritual.
Well, that's a pretty good ritual right there. That's a pretty good
Yeah,
one to
it
have.
is. It is. It means a lot to me.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So this next question, I got another personality question for you. If you could
Yep.
time travel, would you go to the past or the future?
Ooh, see, it's so hard, right? I'd have to go to the past. I the whole adage of history repeats
Hmm.
itself. I hold on to that very dearly because I believe that if you look back in history, it always repeats itself. So why would I go into the future if I can just go in the past and predict it?
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So there's events that I would love to go back and see and be a part of. Uh, I had this. I think every guy goes through a stage where they think they would have been the best Roman gladiator
Yeah.
out there. And I'll watch the movies, the 300, whether it's the Greek soldiers
Mm-hmm.
or the actual Roman Empire, and they're competing in the. And I was just like, man, I like to see. I like to. Where would I fit into these like Greek goddess and
Yeah.
people that were had the 13 pack and all that
Hmm.
stuff?
Yeah, I feel like every guy goes through that phase of watching 300 and just feeling like the main
Absolutely.
character of the entire Roman army.
Exactly. And you're sitting there like, yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I have that kind of pride in myself. But I have to be careful because when I watch the 300, if I watch it 11 o'clock at night, I'm not going to sleep.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready to
Yeah.
run through a brick wall.
Yeah. That's hilarious. So this next question I got is from community college to D1 to the minors, what was the competition like?
Yeah. So between community college to Division One, I say the biggest difference that I saw was the size of guys. Once I got to SEC ball, I mean, it's just
Yeah.
different. The guys are bigger, they're stronger, they're faster. The game pace is a lot quicker. Um, I mean, I know I'm a pitcher, so the game pace really doesn't affect me. But like, I've talked to people and like shortstops, like you're losing a half second throwing it to first
Yeah.
base. Outfielders, you have to cover more ground because the ball is typically hit harder. Um, and especially in SEC ball, everybody's just an absolute. Most of the time, they're gigantic. You have your Tim Elkos of the world,
Yeah.
your Gonzos,
Hmm.
your Kemp Aldermans, just absolute specimens. Most of the time, you don't have smaller guys who can compete, even though there's the outliers. Uh, but then you go from SEC ball to minors. I would say it's the level of consistency. For me as a pitcher, it's minor leaguers, we hit our spots more.
Yeah.
We can get the same shape of our pitch every single time. Uh, and the higher you go up, the more consistent guys are. And then on the hitting side, me pitching the hitters they hit mistakes a lot more.
Hmm.
There's no more really now that I'm starting to get into Double A and you start facing Triple A guys and show guys. You throw a ball middle, they're going to
Yeah.
hit it. Or you throw a ball off the plate, they're rarely going to chase. Can you still get them to chase? Yes, but for the most part, they always hit. It always feels like they hit mistakes. You make a bad pitch, it always feels like that's the one that gets hit. So from a from a hitter standpoint, it's hitting mistakes, and then from pitching, it's just consistency. There's just a higher level of consistency the higher you get up into minors from SEC and Division One
Yeah.
ball.
Yeah. That's impressive right there. I don't really think of consistency, from D1 to minors. I think of the bigger guys from community to D1, but going D1 to minors, I didn't really think of consistency, but that makes a lot more sense now
Yeah,
looking at it.
like if you watch any SEC game, especially now, everybody throws 96,
Yeah.
98. It's just it makes me so mad. I'm sitting here and there's a 19-year-old topping out at 101. I'm like, my goodness, my best bullet's
Yeah.
96. But the guys that can repeat their delivery and consistently get outs instead of spraying the ball, rather it's walks, leaving pitches in the middle of the plate. That's where the consistency comes into play because everybody has the tools.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people. Like especially in SEC ball, you've seen it. Everybody watches the games.
Hmm.
Everybody throws hard. Everybody can hit it 450. It's just how often can you do
Yeah.
it?
So this next question I got, we're kind of tying back to the little karaoke situation we had. So what is a song that you irrationally hate for no real reason at all?
Oh, oh, boy, hate is just a strong word. Uh, but it probably Jump by Van Halen. I don't
Really?
know why. Yeah, I just hear Jump and I feel Van Halen. He's an excellent
Hmm.
artist. He'll never he'll probably never hear this. So I don't. It'd be okay if I critique him,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But boy, I just felt like I hear the song now and I just feel like it's overplayed and it's just in your face. It's just
Yeah.
loud and it's just I don't know. That's the song that I rationally hate.
What made you hate it? Just like it playing too much at your baseball games or? Like,
Sure, yes. The rhythm of it, there's no real rhyme or reason. You're just jumping. Like that's the whole idea of the song.
yeah.
I'm not, and before I say that, I'm not a song guy by any means. I love my karaoke.
Hmm.
I am not musically inclined. I don't know the ins and out of musical instruments or anything like that. But I feel like a song is at least supposed to give some kind of story if you want to be deep. And boy, the
Yeah.
jump is just that's the whole idea. Is just jump. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, that's yeah, I can see what you're saying on that one.
It's, there's like six words and the one word it's not even a good word. It's just jump.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I feel like I can do a keyboard right now. Throw four things and five words together. And it's a song
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah. So I got one more question before we go to trivia. And this was
All
in your
right.
college days. So what was that moment like getting that last strikeout against Oklahoma in the College World Series?
It when people ask me and I have to explain it, it like I have two different answers. My real answer is I can't tell you because I blacked out. Like there is no recollection in my memory that I know what it felt like because I don't
Yeah.
remember. My first real memory and feeling was going into the press conference after the game. That was it. My all my memories come from videos
Hmm.
and rewatching the game or rewatching the final out. And now my feelings now, obviously, it's an unreal.
Yeah.
Like it feels like everything that we worked for was accomplished, and it's a feeling of satisfaction. Uh, and you really don't get that, especially in a world that's always like, how can I get more,
Yeah.
more, 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 more? So being able to have something that you go, man, we finished it. There is no greater mountaintop. Like we got there, we accomplished it, and then we were
Yeah.
satisfied. That is my second answer. But the real answer is I couldn't tell you how I felt because I truly don't remember any kind of memory for the next 20 25 minutes of it.
Yeah. And it was just like looking back to it, it being such a Cinderella run, like not even knowing if you're gonna make
Hmm.
it to the postseason. Coming in at the
Yep.
64th team in the field, then coming in and going beating and going to win Miami, going to win at Southern
Yep.
Miss, and then just only
It,
losing one game that entire run.
yep. The entire run. It was awesome. Obviously, we're the perfect team to look at that says, and you've heard everybody's heard the saying. I mean, we got hot at the right time.
Yeah.
It truly, and that's what baseball's about.
Hmm.
Who's playing the best ball at the end of the year? And there was no other team.
Yep.
Obviously, there was no other team playing better ball than us. We beat everybody in every single facet of the game,
Hmm.
and I think and that was and that's why we were able to make the run that we did.
Yeah. It's just incredible. You could write movies and books about it. It was just
Oh,
incredible.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I know that the movie Believes out and it's great. We're gonna be 20 years old. I mean, 20 years from now, and there's gonna be another like it'll be a Disney movie,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be our season because that's how great of a story it is. It's a storybook ending. It's a Cinderella story. It's the greatest baseball story that I've
Yeah.
seen.
And you were a part of it. So
Absolutely, it makes it's hard to believe sometimes, but boy, it's awesome. It really is because what we were able to accomplish from where we were was it was awesome.
yeah.
It really truly was.
So that was the last regular question. Now we're going back
Hmm.
to trivia. We got 10
All
questions
right.
for you, and the score to beat is 9 out of 10. I know that's gonna be a little
Yeah.
hard.
Uh, we're gonna shoot for four. We'll see what we got in it.
Okay, Raider Tello from the single A, double A, the minors of the Phillies is the leader,
Hmm.
and so we're just gonna keep it
Okay.
rolling for you.
All
So
right. Here we
this
go.
first question is, which country gifted the Statue of Liberty to the United States?
France.
Correct. All right, one for one.
Yeah, it's one.
All right, so
We'll take the one.
this second one is going to be about your career in the minors. How many strikeouts did you get in the minor leagues in 2024?
Oh my goodness. Uh, feel like it's anywhere from 70 to 90. My final answer is going to be 78.
Did you look that up?
I did
Did you?
not.
That's right. You've
There
had
we go.
78
There we
strikeouts
go.
in 2024. So you're
Perfect.
2 for 2 right now. All right.
That was a big one.
Yeah,
That
that
that's
was
a good one. I
clutch.
needed
That
that
was
one.
clutch. So this next question is, what does DC stand for in Washington, DC?
District of Columbia.
Yes, correct. They're in a little easy one,
Good.
Gotta have easy and
Yeah, I
hard.
appreciate
Yeah,
that.
yeah, you're welcome.
You do. You do. No, no, you don't want nobody walking out here with zero. I
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
that.
And so the fourth question is, I hope you know this or your teammates might get on to you. So, what is the mascot's name for the Kansas City Royals?
Royal.
Mm, Nope.
What is it?
Slugger.
Yeah, I would have
Really?
never guessed that a day in my life. No, that wasn't even been close.
Well,
Wouldn't even a
you got to
guess.
keep that in mind when you make your pro debut, because you
All
might
right,
have some
deal.
diehards that cut your throat for that one.
Yeah, they will. They will. I'll make sure if when I make it, I'll give Slugger a
All
hug
right,
and tell him sorry.
yeah. So that's 3 out of 4. You're still doing good.
All right.
You gotta be perfect from now to be tied. Gotta be
Yeah,
perfect.
that's gonna be rough.
So question 5, which pitcher has the most career strikeouts in MLB history?
Nolan Ryan.
Correct. Thought that'd be easy for you since you're a pitcher,
Yeah, yeah. He's in my opinion, he's the greatest pitcher of all time.
Oh yeah,
That was yeah, yeah.
yeah, no doubt.
People want to argue. I don't care what you say. He's the best.
Yeah. So this next question, who did you pitch against in your Ole Miss debut? What team?
It would have been Texas in Arlington.
Texas. Yep.
Yep.
So you are 5 for 6 right now.
Okay.
So number 7, in your senior year at Ole Miss, how many saves did you record? This is including postseason, so College World
Yeah.
Series,
Yep.
regional.
Yep. Let's see. Let's see. I know I had three in the postseason. Gosh, I want to say I had eight in the regular. I'm gonna say 11.
Oh my gosh, you were so close. You got
How many
12.
was it? Oh my goodness.
You had
That's
12
fine.
in the year.
Okay.
So
Okay.
5 for 7. Hey, you can still get second right here because third
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
7 out of 10. So
All right. I want to crack the podium. I want to be on the
okay,
podium at
yeah.
least.
So question 8, what is the only fruit that has its seeds on the outside?
The question is only fruit as it seed.
I chat GPT'd that one. I will not lie to you.
What? Pineapple?
No.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll give
What?
you one more guess on that one. It's a very common fruit.
It's a very common fruit. I don't even. I'm gonna end up naming it vegetable. That's the problem. Uh, I don't even know. Uh, a cherry. I don't know.
No, it was a strawberry.
Oh man, that makes sense. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You see it
Yep.
now. You see it now.
Yeah. 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 You get told the answer. You're like, man, that should have been actually
Yeah.
pretty simple.
So in the first episode, I said a question like that, and it was about a hummingbird, and it was the only
Uh
bird
huh.
that can fly backwards.
Oh wow. See,
Yeah.
it didn't. You're like, I definitely was told that eighth grade science one day,
Yeah. Yeah. And you
but
don't think about it right now, but
no, no.
I mean,
You're sitting there and you're like going through like the big birds. You're like, is it an eagle? Not an
yeah,
ostrich? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Never would have guessed hummingbird. Yep, I
yeah.
understand.
So, we're just gonna keep it going.
Yeah.
I think you're 5 for 8, I believe.
Okay.
Let's see. Number 9, we got in the final inning of the College World Series, Game 2.
Yep.
How did you retire all three batters?
Strikeout.
Strikeout. Yep.
Yeah, that was a layup. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that
yeah.
was a
Had to
good one.
help you out on that one after the
Yeah,
strawberry
I
question.
appreciate that. Yeah, yeah. After the strawberry question, I need to layup. You're right.
Yeah, yeah. So, last question is, what year, and this may also be a layup for you, what year did the Chicago Cubs break their 108-year World Series drought?
2000. Ooh, I'm going between two. It's not my answer. It's going to be 16 or 18. I'm going to say 16.
It was 16.
Good,
Yep.
good, 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 good,
So
good,
let's
good.
see. I want to count these up real quick. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7. You got 7 out of 10.
I take it. I take some
So
tied
you're
second.
you're tied with second.
I take it. I'm on the podium. That's all that
So you're
matters.
on the
I
podium.
like it.
I do want to say
I'm
though,
happy with myself.
if you were to get 10 out of 10 somehow, or at least tie with 9 out of 10, you would have
Yeah.
had this bad boy.
Wow. You know,
Yeah,
I. It's a shame that I didn't win it, but it's okay.
yeah,
It's okay.
yeah. But you wouldn't have kept it. I mean, I might Photoshop with
Of
you on
course.
it, but
Of course.
college kid, I can't be giving out
No.
authentic WWE belts. So,
No, you can't. You truly can't.
but I've had a great time with this interview. Had fun with the trivia for sure, and
Yeah.
I just want to thank you for being a part of this episode and being a part of
Uh,
the
no,
channel.
Jake. I appreciate you bringing me on. It was awesome. You're obviously an easy host to talk to. It was great, fun filled, and I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. So, with that being said, that is the end of this episode of Athletes Corner. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope y'all have a great day. See y'all.